This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 19th day of January in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. 1 month after he allegedly attacked and stabbed the presidential guard while disarming another and opening fire at the president's official residence, Nigerian national Bethel Ekina Shemazi appeared in court this afternoon to face charges. The man, who was hospitalized for the past month and was once hooked up to life support, had to be lifted in and out of the courtroom as one of his legs was broken. Once in court, a 25-year-old who has been living in Guyana for more than 3 years was charged with the offense of attempted murder and illegally discharging a firearm to cause bodily harm. He was not required to enter a plea to the indictable charges and was remanded to jail. The Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan told him that he will have to return to court next week for the continuation of the case. Security was tight around the courthouse this afternoon as the accused made his appearance. He did not say anything as he was being taken in and out of the courthouse. The entire area surrounding the president's official residence had to be shut down on the morning of the 15th of December last year after gunshots rang out following the attack and stabbing of a presidential guard. Police investigators explained that the accused managed to get close to a presidential guard in the compound, stabbing him multiple times at the residence before disarming another guard and opening fire on the compound. As other presidential guards returned fire, the accused continued shooting and eventually threw the weapon down and surrendered after being shot. He was arrested and rushed to the hospital along with the injured presidential guard. A motive behind the attack has never been made public by the investigators. The accused worked in the same area at the cleaning company and had no previous issues with the law. On the morning of the attack, he reportedly told the guard who was stabbed that he wanted to see the president. The incident has resulted in added security measures at the home and office of the president. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Giftland Office Max, we're all about customer satisfaction. Whether it's clothing and shoes for the ladies, gents, and kids, or for the latest electronics or hardware appliance, we're always thinking of satisfying you, our dear customers. Now you can shop online at www.giftlandofficemax.com or visit us at the Giftland Mall, where we're happy to serve each and every one of you.
Fina, how you could get yarning on today's pension day?
I collect my pension and went to the market since the 23rd.
How you mean?
I tell you, Levy switched to lodgement. Since me last book finished, I switched.
You join up a lodge? Was this lodgement?
Oh, the NIS lodgement system allows pensioners to get their pension into their bank account. The money is paid into the account by the 23rd of the month, so you could withdraw it whenever you like.
So wait, I ain't got for join no long line. Why you ain't tell me before?
I told you, Cleo. When you go to submit your life certificate, ask them for the allotment application form. When you complete it and the bank verify it, then NIS is going to process it. After they process it, your money will be in your account.
Well, all right, I going there now.
And don't forget, when you're carrying your life certificate, ask them for the lodgement application form.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Get in the game with Buster. Win a full gaming setup, Xbox X, gaming chair, gaming speaker and headset, or any of over 60 weekly prizes like Oculus Quest 2, Mini 2 drone, Nintendo Switch, and many more top gaming prizes. Check below for details.
Let's tell you now that long-standing member of the People's National Congress Reform, Dawn Hastings Williams, has been officially appointed as the General Secretary of the PNC, replacing Gita Chandan Edmond, who recently resigned. PNC Reform leader Aubrey Norton made the announcement this morning, 1 week after news source broke the story of his decision to appoint her. Ms. Hastings Williams, who is also an opposition member of parliament, came through the ranks of the PNC Reform, having served on the party's Central Executive Committee for a number of years. Mr. Norton said she's eminently qualified for the position.
Dawn Hastings Williams is PNCR General Secretary. This opportunity is taken to inform the people of Guyana that Mrs. Dawn Hastings Williams has been appointed General Secretary of the People's National Congress Reform. Mrs. Hastings Williams is a long-standing member of our party who is eminently qualified to serve as General Secretary. We wish Mrs. Hastings Williams all the best as she performs the functions of the General Secretary of the...
There were several other candidates on the consideration for the position of General Secretary, including Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal. Mr. Norton said after consultations, he decided to go with Hastings Williams.
This question of the General Secretary of the party is a matter in which I would have consulted within the party, and based on my consultation I arrive at a decision, and therefore I don't believe it is the place of this party to be telling the public what are the factors that inform the appointment of Mrs. Dawn Hastings Williams.
Ms. Hastings Williams, who's also a trained teacher by profession, is also seen by Mr. Norton as less confrontational and independent.
The question of eminently qualified is obvious to me. She has the academic qualification. She has the integrity. In my opinion, she has been long-standing in the party, and most importantly, she has a good relationship with all the regions.
The position of General Secretary of the PNC Reform became vacant back in December when Ms. Gita Chandan Edmond stepped down from the position after less than a year after she was appointed by Norton. The position was also previously held by Amna Ali, Oscar Clark, and Aubrey Norton himself, and others. Back to the budget now, having received $120 million last year to assist with the training of police ranks, the Guyana Police Force is set to receive an additional $140 million under this year's budget to also address the training of police officers. More than 3,000 ranks are expected to be exposed to the training efforts, according to the Minister of Finance. The government of Guyana also plans to expand the Safe Country program this year with greater focus on regions 3 and 6. A sum of $2.1 billion was budgeted to develop an electronic identification system to introduce a single electronic identifier by which each citizen is assigned a unique national registration number to be used by all public and private sector agencies. Additionally, the application of forensic crime fighting capabilities is expected to be bolstered with the acquisition of a DNA analysis workflow system, which was acquired last year and will be operationalized this year. The Guyana Police Force is also expected to receive more than $500 million to purchase new vehicles.
PNC Mini Mart is now open to serve your everyday wants and needs. Our experienced pharmacists will help you feel your best, ensuring you bring home everything you need. We guarantee you will come back for everything you want. Our team is friendly. Our shelves are stocked and ready. Hassle-free shopping for your busy life. PNC Mini Mart, everyday shopping made easy. From our home to yours. PNC Mini Mart is now open to serve you. Call 220-0505 or check out our PNC Macau Guyana Facebook page for more details.
Turning now to tourism, aimed at fast-tracking the licensing and registration process for businesses within the local tourism sector, a tourism business licensing clinic was held yesterday at the Ortachang Convention Center. It attracted scores of new businesses. The licensing clinic was organized by the Ministry of Tourism in collaboration with the Guyana Tourism Authority. The director of the Guyana Tourism Authority, Kamrul Baksh, said a number of agencies that are considered critical to the registration and licensing processes provided services during the one-day forum.
It brings together all of the agencies that issue permits and licenses for tourism-related businesses. So for all accommodation establishments, all interior lodges and resorts, tour operators and guides, the agencies that are, permit various types of licenses for those categories I just mentioned are here under a singular roof at the Ortachang Conference Center. The idea is to bring everyone together so that the licensing process is much easier.
He also said the agencies not only processed license and registrations and various applications, but also responded to a number of concerns raised by businesses within the tourism and hospitality sector. Further, he said tour operators and businesses were also exposed to training on the creation of health and safety strategies and guidelines.
As you know, we've been having many instances of accidents or unfortunate accidents, I should say, that I think could have been avoided if the right safety systems are in place. We are, using this clinic here to ensure that people have the right safety systems.
The business owners were also updated on the importance of having their business insurance and having insurance policies in place for their guests. Melanie McTurk, the managing director of Karinabu Lodge from Region 9, said the clinic is a welcome initiative, describing it as a one-stop shop for tourism operators.
So I think it's a fantastic idea and it's a wonderful way to start the new year. I think especially for locations in Region 9 or persons outside of Georgetown, one of the big challenges to regularization has been the centralization of services and the cost and time it takes to get to all these services. When you're coming to Georgetown, there's a tremendous cost. And then traveling around to all these different agencies to do different things takes a lot of time.
She said the initiative will result in more businesses registering with the Tourism Authority. The next clinic will be held in Region 9 in February. The opposition is getting set to play its part in the budget debates from Monday. And opposition leader Aubrey Norton today reiterated his position that the budget is just big on spending, while ignoring critical issues that Guyanese are facing. During his press conference today, he said that people do not stand to benefit much from the budget.
This budget, as you look at it, you will see the focus is on spending money so that you appear to be contributing to development, but what you do is create the conditions for corruption and for the PPP, elite friends, favorite, etc., to enjoy themselves and get rich.
Norton said the opposition was not invited by the government to make any submission ahead of the preparation for the budget, and he sees that as a disservice to the more than half of the country's population. He said had the opposition been given the chance to submit its input, he believes the budget would have been more people-centered, with a heavy focus on education and training for young people to prepare them for the new direction in which the country is heading.
Not only that a larger amount in education system, but you would have also had resources placed in areas to ensure that we can monitor and audit oil and gas. We would have had far more resources placed into training young people and creating the kind of leadership core that is needed in the future.
Norton said that people of Guyana deserve more than just pronouncements on large projects and expenditure. He said the government should have announced more adequate measures that can directly lift the country's living standards in the short, medium, and long term. Mr. Norton also questioned the government's plans to address the issue of the cost of living. He said the $5 billion towards the cost of living mitigation is inadequate since it is the same as last year, despite this year's budget being 4 to 1% larger than the budget of 2022. Still with politics, another controversy appears to be brewing at the Guyana Elections Commission. this time over the creation of new positions and the appointment of persons to those positions by the chairman of Gecom without the knowledge of the full commission. Opposition-nominated Elections Commissioner Vincent Alexander has accused the Gecom chair, retired Justice Claudette Singh, of secretly appointing the commission's IT manager, Anil Giddings, as the operations coordinator. But Gecom's public relations officer, Yolanda Ward, told news source that the position was temporarily created in the absence of a deputy chief elections officer. Commissioner Alexander, however, is of the view that the Elections Commission chairman has no authority to make senior appointments. He said the Gecom chair has no authority to create positions nor to appoint persons to senior positions, adding that she has done both, and in so doing the commission was kept in the dark from the 9th of November until the 10th of January. He said the position is approximate to that of the deputy chief election officer, which they have not filled, although there are applicants dating back over 6 months. He said they filled a temporary position with an applicant for DCO who is less qualified than other applicants, including one who is a long-serving officer at the Elections Commission. The Gecom Public Relations Officer said the position created by the chairman is not a permanent one. Asked whether the commission will be appointing a substantive deputy chief election officer, Ms. Ward said she would not be able to say, noting that the matter is in the hands of the Elections Commission itself. The Elections Commission has been without a deputy chief election officer since August of 2021, following the firing of Roxanne Myers from the position. Although the position was advertised and there were several applications, there was no completion of the hiring process. News source understands that though the commission shortlisted Melanie Marshall, Neil Backus, Muhammad Arjun, and Deodat Persad for the post of DCO, interviews were never conducted. There are a number of other Gecom vacancies that need to be filled.
Anson Mini Mart is now open to serve your everyday wants and needs. Our experienced pharmacists will help you feel your best, ensuring you bring home everything you need. We guarantee you will come back for everything you want. Our team is friendly. Our shelves are stocked and ready. Hassle-free shopping for your busy life. Anson Mini Mart, everyday shopping made easy. From our home to yours. Anson Mini Mart is now open to serve you. Call 220-0505 or check out our Anson Guyana Facebook page for more details.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Get in the game with Buster. Win a full gaming setup, Xbox X, gaming chair, gaming speaker and headset, or any of over 60 weekly prizes like Oculus Quest 2, Mini 2 drone, Nintendo Switch, and many more top gaming prizes. Check below for details.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive!
Across the region tonight, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown has led his ruling Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party to victory in yesterday's general election, winning 9 of the 17 seats for a third consecutive term in office, according to early results released on the island. The party had won 15 of the 17 seats at the 2018 elections. The Prime Minister, in a statement to his supporters, said they must always give thanks no matter how small the blessing. The governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands, Albert Bryan, has signed the Virgin Islands Cannabis Use Act, which allows persons over the age of 21 to use marijuana for recreational, medicinal, and religious purposes. The territory now joins 22 U.S. jurisdictions in legalizing recreational marijuana use. The act incorporates key aspects of the original proposal, such as one streamlined regulatory system for both medicinal and adult use, enforcement powers for the Office of Cannabis Regulation, entrepreneurship and job opportunities for Virgin Island residents, and the creation of a revenue stream to help fund critical government initiatives and operations. Under the law, adults can possess up to 2 ounces of marijuana and 1 ounce of cannabis products. The governor also signed a proclamation that allows persons convicted of simple possession of marijuana to apply for a pardon through the Virgin Islands Department of Justice. Persons convicted for single possession of up to 2 ounces of marijuana will have their conviction expunged under the Virgin Islands Cannabis Use Act. And finally tonight, international news. In the US, whether you like your eggs scrambled or sunny side up, you should avoid the ones that are being smuggled across the US border. Attempts to smuggle eggs from Mexico or Canada can result in fines of up to $10,000, officials have warned. And yet, soaring egg prices in the US have tempted many to cross the border, where they can be bought for half the price to bring back those delicate cargo into the US. Seizures at border posts have spiked by more than 100%, reports the BBC. US egg prices were up 6% in December compared to the previous year. Between the 1st of October and the 31st of December alone, egg and poultry seizures rose 108%, according to the Department of Agriculture Statistics in the US. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.